video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to use the beautiful new Baroque corners from the John Next Door Christmas Collection 2021. And these make beautiful corners on your cards, and you'll have seen in some of the galleries of pictures, hopefully, what you can do with them. But I wanted to show you how we can actually use them to pattern build and make an entire card out of them, but also how we can get the best out. So I'm going to start here. I've got a piece of the Craft Artist satin card in silver, and I'm basically going to just place each corner on the edge. And I'm hoping I've cut this to the right size. There we go. So I've cut this to approximately 4¼ inches square, so that each one fits in exactly. There we go. So I'm just matching them all up, and you don't have to do this at all to cut the corners, but it gives you an extra little piece because you get this beautiful shape in the center and this beautiful frame. So all I'm going to do now is to cut these. Now, it's quite a lot of intricate detail, and it's in 4 different directions. So I am going to use my Crafts 2 metal shim in my Kaleido just to actually help cut this properly. So I'm just going to run that through. I'm going to go forward and I'm going to come back. Quite a tight fit because there's quite a lot in there. So I probably didn't need the shim actually. But there we go. So we'll take that out. What we'll see we'll then get, we just carefully peel this off. You get this beautiful shape at the back. Let's take them off from the front actually. That's probably the best way to do it. Here we go. So what you'll actually get is this beautiful piece here. Again, you could make that a little bit bigger, but you could actually drop this down onto another colour. I've got a piece of white here, and you could actually cut the corners in a different colour, slot them back in, and you've sort of almost got a 3-colour design working on there. But for this project, all I actually want are the corners, but it's worth showing that we can get this beautiful shape. And again, you could just simply take your scissors and snip each of the little connectors off of that to give you almost a sort of new mandala shape. It's absolutely beautiful from there. So we've got that. But what we actually wanted were the corners. So what I've got here is I'm going to pop one out. So we'll take one out of the die. I only need a couple because I've already got some prepared. So give it a flick to get the pieces out. Again, just ease any little bits out that haven't fallen out. Really quite simple, but it's quite an intricate design. And the way it was designed is it's got a snowflake, and it's the same snowflake goes through the full collection. So it's one of the Baroque snowflakes that was used again for the big Baroque snowflake, larger one. You can see it's got that snowflake pattern in the middle with all of the swirls connecting it. So it makes a perfect finishing touch for your cards or your projects or even your scrapbooking projects, really. Let's grab this one out. Now, I probably should have cleaned this die out first. But you can see I've got some pieces of red that have stuck because I hadn't cleaned the die out, but we'll just get these out. So taking it out just takes a little bit of time, nothing too difficult, just to get all of them out to show all of the detail. So as I said, for this project, I just need 2, but for the full card, you're going to need to repeat this. So you're going to cut a full set of 4 in white and a full set of 4 in the red. And I've used satin card from Craft Artist for all of these. So there we go. There's the 2 I need for the moment. And we'll just pop these out of the way. And the great thing is with these dies, you actually receive 4 dies in the set. I think nothing's more annoying than having a corner die where you've actually got to, you get one of them and you have to cut it 4 times to make the corners. Honestly, I've given up the will by that point, to be honest. So in fact that I get 4 out at once is great. So what I've done here is I've actually got 2 that I've cut in the red and 2 in the silver. But as I say, you would do 4 in each. And I've got squares of card that I've cut to 2 1/8 inch. Which means when they're put together, it gives me a 4 1/4 inch panel. But these are perfect squares cut in alternating colours, again in the satin, in the red or the ruby, and in the silver. So what I'm going to do, again for speed, and because these are so intricate, I really would recommend spray glue. I'm going to spray glue these. So I use Craft Mount by 3M. I find that to be the strongest. It is one of the most expensive, but it does work. So I'm not using lots of it. So here we go. We'll take a silver one. What I'm going to do is place a silver one against the corner, just like that. But you see, by using the spray glue, got a little bit not pricked out there. I don't get any marks or anything on the satin card, which is exactly what I want. I want it to be completely clean. I'm then going to take the opposite corner and I'm going to match that in. So there we go. And you see there I got a beautiful pattern, beautiful square. Again, you could patchwork this really nicely. I nearly said beautifully again then. So going to take a square, this time of the silver and the red, and I'm going to put the red onto this. And again, I'm doing exactly the same. I'm going in opposing corners. But you could do this on a square of card that is sort of 4 1/4 inches and put it round all 4 squares. There's so much pattern building you can do with this. I'm going to show you now, because I've actually, for this card, I need it 4 times and I've already got those cut, but doing the extra 2 gives me a great way of doing it. So I can go just like this. So I can match them together like that, and then we would have a silver there and a red there, and you can see I've got that pattern continuing around. I would have a red there and a silver there. So you can really build up different patterns, work on different ways of doing it. You could have them going the same way each time, and if you do that, you actually get like that. You get the waves running through. So that one needs to move, doesn't it, around to that way. There we go. So you've actually got waves of pattern running through it. There's so many different ways you can do this. It's beautiful. But for this one, I'm just going to take 4 of the squares, and I've cut myself a square and put some foam tape on in white card, and I've made this to just about, it's just around 4 1/4 inches. In fact, let's just measure it and just check the measurement for it. So it's 4 1/2, and this is just so that I can give it a little bit, there we go, of pattern. So I want to make sure that the design is fitting exactly in the center. So I'm going to go up to the edge of this square. There we go. I put a silver and red one next, and I match those exactly, and that's why I'm using wet glue for this. I rotate, so this top corner I want red on silver, and I'm matching the piece again, the pattern to pattern, and you see there, so that I get this beautiful pattern in the center. So I almost get like a sort of squared off mandala pattern in the center of it. Beautiful. And again, you can make this so many different ways, just changing your colors. So much you can do just with a corner die for one piece. So I put a little bit of foam tape on the back just to give me a little bit of height. And this is a simple card to do. You can make a lot of these panels, because remember, there's only one pass of the machine to give you 4 corners. And I've matted and layered this with a little bit of waterfall card in silver, then the red, then the silver satin, and I finish off onto a white card blank. And I've taken the Baroque sentiments and done the word hope. And if you watch the Baroque sentiment video, you'll see how to make this little panel. And I can use the design to get it nice and even in the center. So there I've got the hope across the front, and I've cut 2 of the Baroque snowflakes which match with this collection. I'm I'm doing a large one and a small one, a little bit of foam tape, and I'm just going to put those on either end. So there we've got quite a simple looking card, but a beautiful different way of looking at it, just using the corners and some of the other dies. But again, you could use your sentiments or just leave it plain, but changing the colors, changing the orientation will make you a beautiful card.